Hello, beautiful people. Supercliff here, and thanks for tuning in on today's brand new video. So, we are going to be covering Brian Michael Bendis' Superman. Wait, oh no, is that a bird? Is that a plane? It's Bendis is coming. Damn it. So yeah, let me fill in the blanks before we actually begin. So I wasn't the biggest fan of the Man of Steel 6-issue miniseries, but honestly, I feel like we don't need to cover that because the story itself and the first page covers all of that. Plus, it's boring. So yeah, let's begin with Superman's The Unity Saga, Phantom Earth. And so the story starts off with Superman flying in space, and at the moment, Superman's feeling pretty bummed because all he can do is think about Lois and John. Check it. Back in the Man of Steel story, both Lois and John decide to go venture off into space with Superman's dad, Jor-El. That's right, folks. Superman's biological father, Jor-El, is alive. Quick explanation. Now, for reasons why, we'll never know, since DC has declared war on Jeff Johns, but essentially during Rebirth, it was revealed to us that Dr. Manhattan plucked Jor-El from reality, just seconds prior to Krypton's destruction, and it was during Rebirth where Jor-El was depicted as a bad guy, who was working for Dr. Manhattan. Well, sort of. But like I said, we really don't know the exact reason as to why. However, for the purpose of this video, and in order to make things flat out simple going forward, just know that Superman thinks that his dad's an asshole, and that Jor-El thinks that his son, Kal-El, is a weak father, and that Jonathan, Superman's son, needs a better role model, hence as to why Jor-El took John into space, in an effort to connect him more with his Kryptonian roots. Returning back to the main story, as we see Superman continues to fly aimlessly throughout space, he eventually comes across a Dominator Armada. Now, the Dominators are an alien race who focus purely on genetics, but all you need to know here is that they are an alien race who every now and then attempt to invade Earth and fail miserably. And so, when Superman is met with the Dominator fleet, he kicks their ass, causing them to retreat. And it's here in this moment where Superman is reminded of the role that he plays within the universe, that being a defender of Earth, a living symbol who represents the good of all humanity. And because of this sense of duty, it's able to provide Superman with enough confidence into believing both Lois and John are fine. And now that Superman is feeling pretty cool about himself, he flies back home. Now keep this in mind, that being the theme of Superman's role in the world, because throughout the run, Bendis will sprinkle this concept from time to time. And if I'm being totally honest, it doesn't really come into play until much later, but it's what you get when you read a Bendis story. You're in it for the long run, baby. Next, we see Superman rebuilding the Fortress of Solitude in the Bermuda Triangle, which was destroyed back in the Man of Steel story. Now check it, as we see yet another example of the direction that Bendis is planting towards, as we are met with Martian Manhunter, who during this time in the comics is the current leader of the Justice League. And it's here where both Superman and Martian Manhunter, while hovering above the Daily Planet, have themselves a friendly chat. Martian Manhunter offers his condolences to Superman for all the bad that's recently happened, the truth about Krypton, the destruction of Kandor, Lois and Lane leaving for space. This is a cool moment, and I'm pretty sure that most DC fans would agree, for when it comes to the relationship between Superman and Martian Manhunter, and in addition to all the crap Superman has gone through during the Man of Steel story, Martian Manhunter is the most likely person in Superman's world to actually understand the pain and suffering that he's currently going through. Because remember, Martian Manhunter and Superman share a lot of similarities. 1, they are both the sole survivors from their respective planets. 2, besides Martian Manhunter's telepathy, the two of them have a similar set of powers. And 3, their weaknesses are elements which remind them of home. Kryptonite is to Superman, as fire is to Martian Manhunters. So it only makes sense as to why Bendis would have these two characters talk. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Batman, but Batman's not the most sensitive guy. And Flash, well, he would probably just crack some joke about Pet Sematary. Man. But yeah, anyways, after having a I love you man moment, Martian Manhunter brings up an idea for Superman, telling him that the world needs Superman's leadership, now more than ever. For Martian Manhunter believes Earth will soon be part of a galactic conversation, since across the DC universe, there are vast planets, systems, and galaxies, all of which streaming with technologically advanced civilizations. And Martian Manhunter points it out, saying, yeah, Earth is pretty cool and whatnot, but it's also garbage compared to everything else that's out in the universe. And with all that Superman's seen throughout his career, what better person on Earth is there who can inspire the people more so than Superman? No one. For Superman is that guy, world's first superhero, the perfect icon. And because so, he can tell people that we can become better, that we can become more, and more than likely people will listen. But unfortunately, Superman, though respectfully, brushes Martian Manhunter's idea and flies away. And as we see Superman flying across the city, he starts to think back to his father Jor-El, who basically told him back in the Man of Steel that, yeah, you're teaching your kid good things, but he's capable for so much more, and also, you suck. And with that, Superman speeds up towards space until Superman gets a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. No, just kidding. Superman gets that feeling when somebody enters enters the Phantom Zone, and that's because he just did. However, as we soon realize, it wasn't just Superman, but also the entire Earth. Now, the Phantom Zone is a place where Krypton would sentence criminals to, General Zod for example, and when it comes to Superman, it's a place where him and Supergirl usually use it to dump their villains or threats, whom are just way too powerful for prisons on Earth to contain, being such as the main villain from the Man of Steel story, that being of course, Rogol Zaar, Bendis' proud jewel. And oh boy, what a gem Rogol Zaar is. But that's next time, folks. And that wraps up today's video. If you guys like my content, please hit that subscribe button, as well as hit the bell symbol, so that the world of comics is never missed out. Peace, guys.